Hello humans, it's just Martine, and September is the first month-long Becca's Bookoplathon. I participated in the 48-hour round of Becca's Bookoplathon. If you didn't know what Becca's Bookoplathon is, it's a readathon based on Becca and the books and her monthly TBR game that she plays, which is called Bookopoly. If you want any information about the readathon, I'll link her announcement video in the description below. But basically, I considered for a while posting a TBR video for this specifically, separately, but then I was like, I hate TBR videos, except TBR game videos, but I'm still just going to include this in my first reading vlog for September. So I'm just gonna pick my TBR now. I'm going to give myself 4 rolls because it'll be my first full month of school, and I have some things that I absolutely have to read already for September. So we'll see what we can finagle in there. But I have the board pulled up here. Let's get rolling. I don't have any die with me here at school, so I'm just gonna use random.org and the dice roller, and I'm rolling 2 virtual dice for each one. This is the first roll. Okay, 5. So we're starting on go, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A translated work. Oh, frick. Roll 2. 9. Okay, so we were here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. LGBTQIA plus RIP. Interesting. Interesting. All right, roll 3. 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Community shelf. All right, so I have some community shelf prompts here. I need to mix them up though. I wrote these literally 2 minutes ago and I already forget what I put, so this is going to be a total surprise to me. And we got a classic. This is absolutely biting me in the butt already. Okay, classic. That was our community chest roll. And roll 4. Oh my god. Okay, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Own voices. All right, this should be interesting. But then, of course, I got a double. So the rules state that I have to roll again. So roll 5. Okay, thank God. 9. So we run own voices. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Set in the future. All right, so these are my 5 prompts. I'm not going to specifically choose all my books at this moment because I'll probably have to borrow most of them from my library app, and it's only August 22nd, so I want to make sure I have like all of September to read them as I go. Interesting. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have done this. Let's go. Hello humans, happy Monday. Tomorrow Becca's Bookoplathon starts. Today I'm trying to finish an audiobook that I'm in the middle of, but it's also 3:21 p.m. and I haven't read anything yet today because I've had school stuff to do. And I have a group book discussion at 4 for school, but right now I have like 25 minutes to fold my laundry, which is the perfect time to listen to an audiobook. So I'm gonna do that. It's just past 7 o'clock and I just finished reading and submitted my review for it, Athena's Choice. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was really interesting. I wanted to like it more than I did. It just didn't hold my attention at some points. I found some of the characters kind of bland, like Athena was the chosen one, but there was actually like nothing special about her. Like she had none of the like oomph of an actual chosen one character in a way. Some of the world building was like a bit too heavy-handed at times, but overall it's like a good concept. Here's my description for you. If you're looking for a YA science fiction, very science grounded, like definitely feasible stuff happening here. Set in the future, a ton of female characters, and lots of commentary about basically how awesome females are, then I do recommend this book. It just, I don't know if it will hold your attention like it held mine or not. I sometimes get easily distracted. I also listened to the audiobook, so that could have contributed. But yeah, that's my review of it. And I don't think I'm really gonna read anything else tonight except maybe the tiniest bit of Voyager by Diana Gabaldon, so that tomorrow, September 1st, I can hit the ground running for Bookoplathon. Yeah. I'm 25% of the way into Voyager and it's just so messed up. Everything happening in it is hurting me very viscerally. Okay, good night. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, so that means it's officially the start of the readathon. Very late last night, I started A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green, thinking it wouldn't count for any of my prompts, but it actually could work for my LGBTQIA plus rep prompt. But we'll see. At first I thought this was going to be a challenge, but I might have to do more roles as I go. So we're just gonna see how the month plays out. So far, I'm liking the book. Do I remember literally all of the important points from the first book? No. Does that make the beginning of this book very confusing? Yes. I might look up a summary, but right now I'm starting to get my feet on the ground, so there's that. But I'm 10% of the way through that now, so that's good. I'm just saying, 20% of the way into Voyager, things are getting very exciting. I'm also very emotional over this series, which is unexpected and also unusual for me, which you would not know after my reaction to Lazarus last weekend. Am I okay? I guess I'm just reading things, good things that are making me feel things, which we love. That's the whole point of literature. We dig when things give us the feels. That's what we chase as readers. I seriously don't know how Diana Gabaldon wrote a series as long as it is, with as many feelings as there are. I could never come up with so much plot. I could never. Happy Wednesday. I literally almost said happy Tuesday. That was yesterday. Am I okay? Updates on A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. I am 20% of the way through it so far. Still enjoying it, getting a much better grip than I was in the first 10% and starting to actually fall into the story. I don't really know how to pitch this book to you because it's the second in I believe a duology, but I always leave a link to the books that I mentioned down below to the Goodreads page for them, and those have likely more thoughtful and interesting things to say about the book. So why am I even here? I'll have to work on that one. It's 3:19 p.m. on Wednesday, and I just finished Brave New World. I think I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. It was a solid dystopian book, and I especially enjoyed the conversations that they had about religion and our right to unhappiness and such. As you might be able to see, I found lots of quotes that I'm hoping to at least use one of for my paper in my class. I totally understand why this is often required reading in classes. It is very good. I'm pretty sure, based off of my rating, I clearly liked this better than 1984, which I would think is true. The world in this book is just more complex, and you get to see more perspectives about the society than in 1984, which I appreciated. I don't know, Brave New World seems a lot more hopeful in its ending than 1984 does. It's not like the most hopeful book ever, but there was more hope than in 1984, I would say. I just noticed the Bookoplathon Discord popping off, and it's because Becca hopped in and said she was going to run some reading sprints. So since I was only wasting time and watching YouTube videos, I guess I'm gonna do some reading sprints now. Thanks, Becca. I think I'll be starting Celestial Bodies by Jaka Allhart. I'm reading this for the prompt to read a translated work. First sprint is about to end, and it's a 45-minute sprint. It's been like 40 minutes now. I read like 40 pages of Celestial Bodies. It is a slower reading pace than normal because the point of view is like slightly omniscient, slightly not. They don't put quotation marks around people talking and such, and the flow of thoughts is just something I'm not used to. So it takes some extra attention, and I don't know if I fully get what's happening, but so far it's interesting. I'm just trying to find my place in the dynamics of all these different people in this family. It's obviously set in a culture that I'm really unfamiliar with, so I'm also just trying to find my bearings there. Interesting so far. Good morning, it's Friday morning, and I just finished A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I did not vlog yesterday. I didn't feel like there was anything really of interest to vlog. I mainly had classes and read some here and there and watched YouTube, but that was pretty much it. But this morning I woke up and I listened to the last 30% of A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, which was exciting. I wasn't expecting that for my morning, but I was highly enjoying it. Basically, I read the first book and I gave the first book 3.5 out of 5 stars. Feels more like a 3. My mom also rated the first book as a 3. Granted, I don't think she'd like the second book because she doesn't like sci-fi, but I do like sci-fi. So if you don't like sci-fi, consider not reading this book. But if you do like sci-fi and you read the first book and it wasn't everything that you wanted it to be necessarily, I'd highly recommend picking up A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. I thought it was just better constructed. I mean, that's bound to happen when you go from being like a debut author to being a second time author. And also just the first book had to set up for the second really in most ways. Like there was just more intrigue and interest that you could put into the plot based on what the first book did. The first book was necessary and it was still good, but it made this one pretty great. And besides that, I don't think I've read anything, but I mean, I finished my first book of Bookoplathon. I'm using this one for LGBTQIA plus rep because there are several characters who fit into that category. Some bisexual, some questioning. Carl, the robot slash AI slash alien, is non-binary, consistent use of they them pronouns, so I'm going to count it. So 1 out of 5 of my initial rolls done, and it's almost the end of the first week. So now that I think about that, it's all right. I need to speed up just a little. But I'm also like reading things simultaneously, so it's not like this is all the reading that I've gotten done. Like I started reading Celestial Bodies the other day, so. I would like to point out that in every clip where you see me wearing this sweater, it's not because I'm disgusting and haven't changed clothes all week. It's because this is my sweater that I'm wearing in my room this week. I rotate out my sweaters and it's freezing cold in my room, so I often have to wear a sweater, and I'd straight up run out of sweaters if I just change them literally all the time. So, because I live in Florida. So do you think I packed a ton of sweaters? No, I did not. I'll probably bring more back after I come home from winter break because it's so cold in this room. And I usually love colder environments, but there are literally goosebumps on my arm right now. So I'm gonna put my sweater back on and it's going to look like I haven't changed clothes, but I swear that I have. I promise you. Also this weekend, I'm going to have a very specific reading focus. I need to get a move on with Voyager because it is a chunky book. And I have it checked out from the library, which means there's a deadline on it. And I have been kind of ignoring this deadline, like knowing it's there, kind of freaking out about it, but not equaling my reading to the pace that I should be going if I want to meet said deadline. So I have about a week left, and I'm only 30% of the way into it. So I have like 30 hours of the audiobook left. So I'm gonna read some of that right now. Usually I would make progress and it would make me feel better, but it's going to take literally hours to see any kind of significant progress in this, so I might as well just sit down and get to it. I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but this book has a price on its head. The next reader is coming for it, so I can't dawdle any longer. I just reached 40% of Voyager. Okay, the first book in the series I loved. The second book was alright, but it wasn't as good as the first. This one, it's absolutely destroying me. I'm deceased. Also, Fergus is all grown up. I love Fergus. I was literally just thinking this morning in biology class that like, oh, Fergus might not be there anymore because we hadn't seen him yet in this book. And I was like, oh, miss Fergus. And then Fergus appeared and I was like, such a random side character, but he's gotta be my favorite. He has the spirit. Tell me if you understand this reference. It's a very weird reference. He has the spirit of the character of Henri from the cartoon show Liberty Kids. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Just a little French rascal, but now he's all grown up. Baby Fergus is not a baby anymore. I love this series. Happy Saturday. I woke up feeling kind of this morning, and I was in a position where I had to eat lunch alone, which didn't really help. So should I have bought snacks at the grocery? No. Did I? Yes. So I'm gonna do a little haul for you now. All right, here are the goods. They put out the Halloween candy, so I use this as an excuse to buy myself candy. I absolutely did not need because I already have literally way too much candy in my dorm room. But did I get candy corn? Did I get sour vampire bats, which I'd never heard of and wanted to try? Yes. And then I got spicy nacho Doritos and these skinny pop chips, perfectly popped barbecue flavor. Not because I care about healthy chips, but because I always love trying different kinds of chips, especially barbecue chips, and these seemed interesting. And as they said, they're new, so I felt like I had to try them. The perfect long weekend setup right here. I may not have the motivation to do any more homework today, but at least I forced myself to do the things that are due on Tuesday. Hopefully I'll feel like something later, or Monday, but not now. Now I will read. I'm 53% of the way through Voyager. The last, like 5% of it that I've read, I don't think I've ever felt so many emotions so quickly in all of my life. Too much. Too much. I can't handle this. I'm a mess. An absolute mess. Happy Sunday. My first order of business is going to be to climb back into bed and read some Voyager. It's now 9:30 and I've made some progress in 2 different books. First, Voyager, like I said I would. I'm officially at 60%. It continues to be incredibly good. It might even be better than the first one. I don't know yet. I don't know. And then also, last night I neglected to mention that I'm reading The Deep by River Solomon, and I think I'm going to use that for the prompt to read in Own Voices. Anyway, I'm now 40% of the way through that, and it's a very quick read, which I knew it would be because the audiobook's only like 4 hours long, but I'm enjoying it. I mean, I feel like not enough has happened for me to have like deep feelings either way about it. It's creative. That's pretty much all I have so far. I know that's very helpful. The Deep has been all around BookTube lately, so I'll spare you from like a deep and complex explanation, but basically merfolk from African slaves that were thrown overboard. The end. That's all for now. Florida is so confusing because like that's a beautiful sky and then I just felt a singular drop of rain and I'm quaking. I must get back to my dorm immediately. It rained for like exactly 2 seconds. Now I have a moment of dryness, so I'm continuing my journey to the next covering. We'll see what happens. Goodness, sometimes I just have to stop and appreciate how pretty my campus is. This is so gorgeous. It's 8:12 p.m., which can only mean pretty much one thing. I'm going to change into my pajamas, crawl into bed, and read more Voyager. Woo! I am ready for it to wreck me more, I think. Perchance. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm still going to read Voyager for a bit, but I just hit the 64% mark, and I'm going to end off this week's vlog and pick it up tomorrow for my long weekend start to the second week of Bookoplathon. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And comment down below, are you participating in any readathons this month? Are you participating in Bookoplathon? And if not, have you read anything lately? Are you having a good time? Let me know. Until next time, bye humans, bye!